There. Good morning. It is May 9th of 2025. Um, got my phone charging right there. I've been using quite a bunch, and I think battery is getting it's easier for it to be a little more run down. It also at like this 35%. So I went ahead and started trying to charge that. I don't normally like my phone getting any lower than probably like, let's be real, probably like 81% or something like that. Actually, no, probably I don't like it getting any. I don't like it not being 100%. um, Obviously, it doesn't really work like that, you know. Um, so I'm gonna try to make some breakfast for myself. Probably at least for the next couple of minutes. I don't know how long, but next couple of minutes probably not gonna be super interesting. Um, I did wake up kind of early today. Um, I I don't wake up so get with that. Um, woke up earlier, a couple hours earlier than I normally would. Um, I don't know, but not upset about it. Probably the terrible thing. I made it go to bed maybe a little earlier. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Bedtime's not normally too late though. Most of these most of these nights I've been here. So yeah, for breakfast, I'm gonna have my a pretty standard kind of one that I make for myself sometimes here at home. So I'm just gonna have scrambled eggs, uh, a little bit of veggie, a little bit of fruit. I might make some toast or something like that. I don't know if I will or not. I don't have too much bread. Uh, I know sometimes before I can go through that quite fast, so I make like sandwiches and I butter some toast and all that. But I might do that. I don't know. I might make some toast. We'll see. I'm also trying to keep an eye on the dog outside. Just make sure he doesn't get out. I guess he'll come in. You come in, Tucker? All right. Maybe it's okay. Okay. It's okay. Oh, yeah. All right. It's me okay. Just missing the rest of three people. Yeah. I'll be back later. Not missing too much. Okay, so with my scrambled eggs, I kind of vary what sort of seasoning I choose with that. Sometimes I've chosen like Creole seasoning, so I really like that. And sometimes I've also chosen to just do something like, just basic salt, pepper, maybe a little bit of paprika or cumin or something like that too. And sometimes I'll just choose like the Italian seasoning. Obviously, I finished using that up last night because I made some pasta for dinner. Um, I guess I'll do. Yeah, I guess I'll just do uh, Creole again. Yeah, I've really liked Creole seasoning. Had it a lot of times. I actually still remember the first time I had it. Sometime that me and Emily went over to. When I think it was one of my mom's friends, we went over to my house for something. I forget what it was exactly. And you know, we tried some kind of soup or broth or something. Oh, excuse me. These allergies. Um, oh, um, sorry about that. So yeah, we yeah, kind of had that. It was pretty nice. I really liked it. And then we got some after some point. I forget how long ago that was, but kind of just random small memory is on my mind, I guess. Um, so so I did a bunch of writing last night. So it was really fun. Um, I don't know if I'll how much of that I might share or not on here in this video or something like that, but I'm considering it. And I think I might try to maybe do a little bit of some kind as I'm going here. Maybe I'll talk about story ideas stuff a little bit. I'll tell you how it goes. Never have a plan for you to say. I was kind of wondering this morning, like I kind of wonder like what kind of food I'll be eating when I'm in Sydney, Australia later this year. Um, and also I don't know. I have to look this up. But like I don't know if like like is it normal to like go to like a supermarket or something or like a grocery store and like get your stuff for the entire week, or do you is it more normal to like buy stuff for like just a couple days while it's fresh from like a local market or something or I'm not too worried about it, but I was kind of just thinking about it a little bit. So I'll probably try to look that up. I don't know, maybe I will remember, maybe I won't. Um but regardless, I would figure out one way or another, one time or another. So um, interesting thing here. So I mean last night, or I actually guess technically it was this morning, I suppose. Like right before I woke up, pretty much. I had this dream that like I was already down there and I was already like starting to take, some of my classes or whatever. And I don't know, that's kind of interesting. I mean, it wasn't like really like intense. I didn't really understand what was going on, but I didn't really feel that anxious about it. I felt like pretty curious. So, okay, eggs are done here. So, basically, what happened in the dream here? Um, so I was kind of being like, oh, okay, so I'm walking up, to I don't know what kind of housing it was, but I could just tell that wherever I'm staying, right, wherever I'm staying there, right, and so I go in, and I'm checking, making sure like, okay, so I got my important documents, I'm bringing my I'm bringing my suitcase with me and all that, and you know, and then I greet a few people, just pretty light, um, and I guess I'm trying to move this a bit here, um, and as I'm going about with this, then there's this one girl that's like, oh, so it's okay, so there's this wall that we're standing right in front of, right? and that's lobby space. And then apparently there's some kind of like space behind that. There's a kind of this hall around it here. There's kind of a little space dedicated. It's kind of has like a little gate or like fence or something right there. There's a little space for like a bunch of cats or something like that. And like I think this girl said something about like, oh, don't put your stuff right back there because like the cats will like destroy it or rip it up or something, you know. And I was like, okay. And then so then just remember, we just continued walking down, and then basically the next part I know it kind of just very sudden transition, but it kind of just how my dreams work, I suppose. Sometimes I don't really remember if there's any parts in between or whatnot, but regardless. Um, right, so you know, so I was in one of these classes. I have no idea what these it's gonna look like at all, to be honest. But yeah, it's a dream, right? Simulation. Um, then I go in there, I sit down. Basically, I'm kind of like they have like super long aisles. If you know, like pews in a church or something like that, I don't know for whatever reason I kind of imagined like the desks or something were kind of like that for whatever reason. I don't know. So, anyways, I go in, I sit in at the very end, um, of this aisle, right? And basically, I'm kind of the teacher, and she's kind of, introducing, herself, and we're kind of just kind of asking like a bunch of random questions and all that. And I don't really remember what the first couple of questions were right off the bat, but I think it was the third or fourth question she asked was like, "Oh, so are you?" And this was like she was asking these questions to like the whole class and everything, not to me specifically. And she was like, are you like I don't know if this is the right word for it, but like are you in or like on or in I don't know which one it is. Like you're not flammable, whatever the word for that is. And and there's a couple of guys around the class and that like raise their hands or whatever and like and some people are like cheering or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of just goofy stuff like that. And then they're kind of just talking through some stuff. And so one of the students, so I had talked to two or three students. So there was this one guy that was right next to me, and there's this one girl who was right in front of me, and she was Canadian, and we were kind of just like we were bonding over being sort of like both new to this or whatever. Although I think she'd been there for maybe like a year or two longer than I had been. Like maybe she had like moved there or something. I don't know. And yeah, so anyways, we were kind of just chatting a little bit, and then a little bit later on, then it's kind of like the teachers are kind of like dismissing the class or whatever, and I guess it's one of the entry days, intro days where you don't really like do actual schoolwork. You kind of just get to know each other and all that. And so anyways, I apparently have to like I have to like move myself in such a way that I can like let the other people out of the aisle first, and a lot of them are um like seniors or something like that, or well, they don't really do. It's not really like seniors there in this because they actually do like 3 years instead of four like here. So whatever the term is, I don't know. The people with the highest year number, or just a year threes or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, so then they go out, right? That they're all in their like fancy like uniforms or kind of gap and cap and gap. I don't know. I just kind of imagine this. I don't really know what that would look like. And yeah, and then they're going out. They're gonna have to take some photos for something, right? And then I look down at my feet. And there's a kind of like stack of just for like loose like papers or whatever. And like I have to like read or write on or something like that. I'm like, great. Um, but yeah. So I had that. Um, I didn't walk out. Yeah, that's a dream. So honestly, kind of crazy part. Well, there's quite a few crazy parts to it, but one of the crazy things for me is okay. So like I've known for like clearly a while now that I'll be going there later this year, but I don't think that I don't know. I guess I'm kind of transitioning into the sort of stage of
really being like, okay, okay, like this is it feels a lot more real now. I mean, I know it's probably gonna feel even more and more so as the time gets closer, right? Because I'm leaving in like mid-July or something like that. But I don't know. Kind of crazy. I hadn't had a dream about this already. So yeah, so kind of just kind of wild. Um, but it was funny. And the whole time, I didn't really feel that anxious or anything. I was like, I don't understand what's going on or whatever, but you know, it's funny. It's enjoyable. I'll figure stuff out. So I have to, I very much rather feel that way than too stressed out, you know. So hopefully that's what lays ahead of me, you know. No, this wasn't a sort of part in the decision making process by any means, but for where it is I wanted to study abroad and all that. But one sort of thought that kind of like crept into my mind, and I think it probably would happen with regardless of wherever I be going and all that, or for how long, would be like the whole part of me that's like, hmm, what if I meet my future partner there? That'd be super cool, right? That'd be very fun, very interesting, right? I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. you know, I'm not. If it happens, it happens. That'd be awesome. But if it doesn't, that's perfectly fine too. Right. Me, it's sort of like the cherry on top for the experience, as I like to say. But yeah. Hmm. So it's still like 2 weeks or so until my my brother and mom finish school. So I don't know how many more of these summer sit-ins there's gonna be. I generally don't know how long this series is gonna be for or anything like that. Because let me try and do. I think what I'm trying to go with here is just that. Yeah, I'll just go with my dad and I'll do some landscaping stuff with him with his job for uh, for this summer. And it seems to be probably the best paying option, even if I'm not particularly enthusiastic about it. But I don't know. I mean, might be better than I've thought. So, um, but again, if I'm going with him with that, it's going to be most of the day for probably quite a few days of the summer. And yeah, I don't know how that will go, and also if I will, in fact, be accepted for that or not. Because if I'm not, then really kind of a pickle here because I've really not had, I've really not had that much success so far, and not just this time around, but in the past where I've tried to like apply for different jobs or whatever. Like I'll have my resume, right? I'll have I'll have my references. I'll have all these things. I'll have had, previous job experiences and all that. That went pretty well, went very smoothly. You know, no real, uh, you know, issues or anything like that. So I guess, except for the transportation thing, I suppose. Um, but I don't know. It feels, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's not quite fair for me to say because again, I don't have a ton of experience, and there's probably some other factors I'm not considering. I could probably be trying to apply for a lot more jobs than I am or that I have. But I don't know. I've heard um I've I don't know if I've heard too much necessarily from like a ton of the people like immediately close to me, but like I've seen a lot of things online. And I know it's maybe not the most reputable and all that. Tell me what you think about this if you want to. Um, but like that a lot of people, a lot of Gen Z people like myself, find it hard to like actually get accepted for a job and all that because like so there's a whole sort of dilemma thing. I don't want to go into the whole job thing for this whole video because if I'm being honest with myself, man, I find it kind of boring and I don't really want to focus on it too much. I really don't like hyperfixating on like I don't know, financial or um career stuff, particularly much. It's like, yeah, I'll do it, but it's not really like the most important thing. It's kind of, it's more just a, thing that you do or a means to an end. But anyways, um, so yeah, I kind of just a whole thing where, a lot of people my age group have had a lot of difficulty with, you know, with being accepted for job, getting any sort of information back on, if if we seem like interesting candidates for a job or something like that. Um, in addition to other facts like, you know, um, and again, I don't think, it's not exclusive to, I don't think that, I think a lot of people know this, but, as time has gone further on, inflation, things have gotten really expensive, and I don't really feel like, some people's wages have really been able to keep up with that. We've not really seen nearly as much growth of, probably your, average American workers, pay to the, increasing costs of, housing, groceries, etc. Right. And I think this is kind of one of the main sort of reasons or whatever why people, I speculate that people voted for Trump. Um, as much as I don't like the man, that's a discussion for another time. I don't really want to delve into right now. Um, right, because he talked a lot about, like, for example, like lowering the cost of like eggs or whatever, right? And I mean, it's a very sort of brief, probably oversimplified version of that, and kind of people just seeing that things were getting more expensive or whatever, and trying to us trying to give further aid and support to Ukraine in its war against Russia and all that, right? And kind of growing sentiment of we want to feel sort of like independent from other countries, and the things that we import from them. But I don't know. I don't really feel like that's really working out too particularly well. Um, but again, I don't really want to say too much further about the whole politics thing. But so I got pretty big there, pretty broad. I know, but kind of just a thing in my mind. So I guess I'm gonna make some toast. I'm feeling it. I'm gonna do that. I'll get- No, I think I'd like some. I think we have like like three different outlets over here on the counter. Probably not a bad idea though. Why am I walking over here? Um, bread's literally right next to the toaster. Um,
If you'd like to answer, if you've gotten this far, to kind of just funny little question. It's about so what is if you like toast or if you like biscuits or something like that, um, or what are they like scones or whatever for you Brits? Um, right. What do you what do you like to put on? What do you like to put on them? You know, do you put butter or put kind of uh, gravy or jam, jelly. Like, what's your favorite thing to? But if you don't know this, or I don't know, my favorite thing is one of them either. Anyways, I try to figure out what I'm gonna put on mine. Um, hmm, let's see here. Do we have any? I don't really. Do we even have any other jams or jelly we can in here? Not really seeing any. Just seeing olives. It's and chocolate syrup. That place I remember us using jam and jellies. Fridge. Oh yeah, so we still have okay, that's fine. I actually completely forgot about that. But so anyways, a while back, so I was learning about Sweden, and I was trying to learn Swedish and all that. I was considering moving there. I might still move there, try to move there at some point. I don't know. I think it would be fantastic to visit. I mean, especially it's a pretty influential place that very seriously considered. One of the very first few places that I genuinely thought about moving to for a lot of different reasons. So we actually still have a second jar of lingonberry preserve, and so I actually got this. I think it was probably honestly like two. Was it 2 years ago? I don't know. I think it was like 2023, I believe, or maybe I don't forget if it was. I can never remember with most of the gifts I get if they're for Christmas or if they're for my birthday. But I think it was 2023 I got that. And I was astounded. I was like, that's actually crazy. They got directly from Sweden. So um I don't actually I don't actually love it the taste too much to be honest. But um it's fun. I just trying it. I liked it. I completely like I said, I completely forgot we had the second jar of it, you know. Should I should I crack this open and put some put this on my toast? I'm considering it. I don't know if I'm gonna regret that though. But enjoyed. I mean, I've not gotten a ton of opportunities to, but I've enjoyed trying like some different treats and snacks and different random things food wise from different places in the world. It's very interesting to see what kind of stuff what kind of stuff people eat. I think it's a great way to um, expand one's horizons in a very comfortable way. So sometimes it is nice to nice to try some new things. I know I'm not the type of person to take like a ton of like physical risks, but usually I'm pretty willing to try some different foods. Probably not everything. There's definitely some really weird stuff I don't want to eat, but but generally speaking, I think even if I don't like even if I don't like love any of the foods that I may try from a certain culture or something like that, I'll always be glad that I got the opportunity to do so and to um have some more things. So I guess did we? Yeah, check. Don't have any. I'm surprised we don't have any like. Well, actually, no, we do have this blackberry jelly. Um, it's like a natural one. Well, actually, I'll have some of that. Have some of that. I don't know. I kind of want to have the lingonberry again, but I kind of feel like I'm not gonna like it. Um, it's like again. Plus, we only had the one other jar, and importing stuff like that is expensive. So, I want to kind of just preserve that, if you will. But anyways, um, this looks pretty good. Um, oh yeah, so yeah. So speaking of whole thing of going to Australia and all that. So if you haven't watched it already, I already put a video a couple months ago. I think was it like March or February or something? I don't know, whatever it was. Because I got or maybe it was in January. I generally do not remember exactly when this was. Some point earlier this year, I made a video where I tried a bunch of different Australian snacks and candies and all that. I actually really liked it. I didn't like love most of the stuff. I really liked Tim Tams though. Those were really. I don't know how to do the whole like Tim Tam slam thing, but I'm sure I'll I'm sure I'll learn. One way, one day or another. That was probably like my favorite thing. My least favorite, I can say definitively that was, and this is probably a controversial opinion for Australians watching this video, but I don't say this politely, but um, I was not very fond of Vegemite. I yeah, I imagine it's like an acquired taste, And I respect you if you enjoyed that. I personally did not very much. Um, but I am glad that I tried and that I'm not gonna. I know definitely not to. I didn't make this mistake, but I know definitely not to um put a ton of it on something and it's a spread. You don't just. I mean, you could eat it by itself, but you know. Um, so, anyways, there's all kinds of funny stories and memes or whatever out there of people trying Vegemite and all that. I no, it's not for me. But I'm sure someone's probably gonna try to force me to eat it while I'm there. Be like, let's try it. I know what it's like. I'm not gonna fall for that. Um, hmm. um, my roommate though definitely did not like it. If I was like, okay, I don't like this. Right, I don't, it's not for me. He was like, he was like, ew, what is this? So, yeah. So no, um, for certain, what his reaction to that is. Say in general, the snacks and all that, I think they tasted pretty good. They tasted kind of like some of the stuff we have here. It's not like super different, but I do think it's kind of probably like a healthier version.
It's not as intense with. I kind of realized that as I've tried like several different kind of like sweets or candies or snacks and all that at different places, our stuff is like way sweeter, saltier, you know, than a lot of other places are. You know, so it will be interesting to adjust to that. I mean, I'm not really that worried, but it'll be interesting because it'll be like someone will be like, oh, try this sweet, try this dessert or something, right? And I'll try it and be like, oh yeah, okay, this is nice, right? It tastes good, right? But then for me, because my upbringing, my what I've been used to for thinking what sweet is, I'll just be like, yeah, it's kind of just mild, right, or just moderate. Whereas they might think this is a lot sweeter, right? Because they have different upbringing and all that. So yeah, that's a nice breakfast. Also nice water. All right, let me clean up this stuff. All right, so I'll make another part video here um in a bit, but I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this off. Let me cut this off here, and then if you're interested, if you still have some more time, whatever you're doing, I don't know. Um, you check back in, watch the next part of this. Um, yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell. Appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.